They never raise their voice, never criticize you directly, never say anything mean, but somehow you're constantly walking on eggshells around them. You're editing yourself, monitoring your tone, second guessing everything you say, and you can't even explain why because they haven't done anything wrong. They're just nice, right? Wrong. Here's what's actually happening. The nicest people you know are often the most controlling. They just do it without you noticing. No yelling, no threats, no obvious manipulation. Just silence, withdrawal, a slight change in energy that makes your stomach drop. And suddenly, you're doing exactly what they want, without them ever asking. Watch what happens when you disappoint them. They don't get angry, they get quiet. That's it. Just quiet. They say it's fine, but their whole body says it's not. Their smile is tight, their responses are short. They pull back just enough for you to feel it. And you panic. You don't even know what you did wrong, but you know something shifted, and now you're scrambling to fix it. Apologizing for things you're not sure you did, over explaining, trying to get them back to normal, because their silence feels like punishment, and you will do anything to make it stop. Here's where you learn to fear this. You were a kid, and you had a parent or someone close who never yelled at you. Everyone thought they were so calm, so patient, and so emotionally mature. But you knew the truth. When they were upset, they didn't tell you. They just disappeared. Emotionally, they went cold, distant. You would ask, "Are you mad?" And they would say, "No, I'm fine," in a tone that made it clear they were absolutely not fine. But they would never tell you what you did. So you had to guess, read their mood, fix it blindly. You learned anger you can see is manageable, but disappointment wrapped in silence, that's terrifying. Because at least with anger, you know where you stand. But with quiet control, you're just left guessing, apologizing for ghosts. Now you're an adult and you're still dealing with people like this. A friend doesn't reply to your text for days, no explanation, just silence. Then they come back acting normal like nothing happened. But you felt it, that gap, that withdrawal. And you don't bring it up because what would you even say? You didn't text me back fast enough? So you just adjust. You become more careful, more attentive. You make sure you don't do whatever it was that made them pull away. And that's the control. A partner gets quiet when you make plans without them. They don't say, "I wish you would include me." They just go distant. So you stop making plans, not because they asked you to, but because their silence trained you. A parent sighs when you shared good news. A coworker goes cold when you get praise. A friend's energy shifts when you set a boundary. Nothing over, nothing you can call out, just enough withdrawal to make you feel like you did something wrong. And here's the worst part. You can't even defend yourself against it. Because if you bring it up, they will deny it. "I'm not upset. You're being paranoid. You're too sensitive." And suddenly, you're the problem for noticing their mood. That's how they control you. Not with words, but with the threat of their absence. Here's what you need to understand. This isn't love. It's emotional hostage taking. They have trained you to manage their feelings without them ever having to communicate them. You're responsible for reading the mind, fixing their mood, preventing their withdrawal. And when you can't, because how could you? They punish you with silence. Not because they're processing, not because they need space, but because they know it works. They know you will come running, apologizing, trying harder. And here's the part that makes you feel crazy. They genuinely believe they're not doing anything wrong because they're not yelling, not insulting you, not being mean. They're just quiet. And somehow that's worse because you can't fight silence. You can't defend yourself against a mood. You can't set a boundary against someone who claims nothing's wrong. You're left shadowboxing, apologizing to air, desperately trying to fix a problem they won't even name. You're not paranoid, you're not overthinking. You're just finally seeing that the nicest people in your life have been controlling you all along. Not with force, but with the one thing you can't stand, their disapproval, delivered in silence. And the cruelest part, you've been calling it peace, when really it's just control that never raises its voice.